Hello everyone and welcome to another Mr. Mashup video. Today we'll be talking about the evolution of live-action Captain America. We'll start with the Captain America that we see in the Marvel Cinematic Universe played by Chris Evans. So in the first Captain America movie, Captain America the First Avenger, we see Captain America sporting three different Captain America suits. The first one being the USO suit, the suit that is worn in fictionalized newsreels and in over 200 USO shows that prompt Americans to buy war bonds. Next, we have the ad hoc rescue uniform. Learning that Bucky's unit had been captured, Captain America mounted a rescue mission and threw on this ad hoc uniform to go into battle. Next, we have the field uniform made by Howard Stark. So Howard Stark made this uniform with carbon polymer, a bullet and knife resistant fabric. This uniform included his iconic shield, his iconic vibranium shield. So we move on to the next movie featuring Captain America, which is The Avengers, which came out in 2012. Captain America only wore one uniform throughout the movie, which is the First Avenger uniform. This uniform was designed by Agent Coulson of S.H.I.E.L.D. It is unique in its use of exposed zippers and in showcasing America's ass. Next, we move on to the second Captain America movie, Captain America the Winter Soldier. So Cap wore two different suits in this movie. The first one being the S.H.I.E.L.D. stealth uniform, which is my favorite. It is a bulletproof Nomex and Kevlar uniform, which Cap used in covert missions together with S.H.I.E.L.'s strike. Next, we have the Smithsonian modified field uniform. This suit is similar to the one that he wore during World War II, and Cap took this suit while it was on display at the Smithsonian Museum while it was guarded by Stan Lee. So we move on to the second Avengers movie, Avengers Age of Ultron, that came out in 2015. So Captain America only wears one uniform throughout this film, which is the second Avengers uniform. It includes some high-tech upgrades created by Tony Stark, such as the electromagnets on his arms, which he can use to core back his shield and also attach that shield onto his arms. Next, we have the suit worn in Captain America Civil War, the third Captain America film. So he wears the third Avengers uniform, which is not much different from the previous one, the one worn in Age of Ultron. It's pretty much the same in design and aspects, with minor changes. Next, we're moving on to the two latest Avengers movies. Avengers Infinity War, which came out in 2018, and Avengers Endgame in 2019. So in Avengers Infinity War, Captain America here is a refugee who is wanted by the US government. So he is wearing the same uniform he wore in Civil War, but he has the star at the center removed, and the suit is more dirtied and more worn out. And you can actually see the exposed chainmails and scales underneath the suit. And in Avengers Endgame, we get to see two new suits. The first is the white Quantum Exploration suit. These are matching white uniforms that the surviving members of the Avengers wore during their time heists. And finally, we get to see the fourth Avengers uniform worn by Captain America, the one that he wore in the final battle, the one that he wore while he was holding Mjolnir. And for the first time, we get to see the famous scale mail pattern on Captain America's suit. So there you have it, 11 different Captain America suits from 7 different movies, from 7 different Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Next, we'll look at Captain America in civilian clothes. This is his casual modern look in his prime. Next, his 1940s look, skinny teenage Steve before getting injected by the serum. And we have old Steve, the one who stayed in the past and ended up as a grown old man in the present. And speaking of old Steve Rogers, we can't miss out talking about the new Captain America, the one who he passed on his mantle of Captain America, the one who he passed on his shield to, which is Sam Wilson, aka Falcon, who becomes the new Captain America. We still haven't seen what he would look like as the new Captain America, but here are some fan edited images of Falcon as the new Captain America. As a bonus feature, we'd like to show you some unused MCU concept suits that didn't make it into the films. Here we've got the Rescue Ready Cap, the World War II precursor to Captain America's full costume. It is supposed to be some kind of military outfit that resembles his traditional look and color scheme. So this is a design that didn't make it into the first Captain America film. Next here we have the Avengers Black Battlesuit, which was created as a concept design for Civil War and later realized in the form of a hot toy. Next we'll be looking at some Captain America suits from previous movies, the ones that came before the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In the 1944 Captain America film serial, we've got, instead of Captain Steve Rogers, we've got District Attorney Grant Gardner, who secretly fights crime as Captain America while sporting a tight suit, and instead of using a shield, he uses a gun to fight villains. Captain America would then get two 1979 TV movies with two different suits. Here we see Steve Rogers, who is a modest artist and former Marine, wearing tight spandex as well as a bulky helmet and goggles, and not to forget a shield that is obviously made of plastic. So fast forward to 1990 and we get another Captain America film. Here we see Steve Rogers fight against a fascist Italian version of the Red Skull while wearing a hilarious suit with glued on rubber ears. And there is also this 1973 unlicensed Turkish Captain America, but we don't really want to discuss that one. We've reached the end of our video, so make sure you comment on which suit is your favorite and which version of Captain America do you think is the best. Thanks for watching.